Today all we need is a soft Pilates ball. This is bigger, slightly bigger than the other one that I normally use. But again, as always, use what you have. If you don't have a ball, maybe a cushion or a pillow. We also have a TheraBand as well. I'm using one that's quite a thick tension. Ideally, actually, I'd use a little bit lighter than this. So again, as always, use what you have. If you just have one of the loop bands, that works great as well. If you don't have any bands, you can absolutely do this without. So I'm just going to go ahead and place both down to the sides for me. Hopefully that ball stays put. And then we're going to start at the end of our mat with all of our mat behind us. So we're going to start with a couple of roll downs, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine, rolling down for me, bending those knees a little if you need to, and then rolling all the way back up, stacking everything up and roll our shoulders back. And again, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine, rolling down for me, and really let those shoulders relax for me, and rolling all the way back, articulating that spine, rolling our shoulders back, and again, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine, rolling down for me, and go ahead as we come all the way up and roll those shoulders back. We're going to go ahead, we're going to bring our arms into genie arms, we're going to cross one ankle over the other, and we're going to bend our knees and sit down in that traditional Pilates way. And guys, if you don't quite have that, just meet us down onto the floor, however works for you. I'm going to go ahead and scoop myself back a little bit, and then I'm going to grab that band into my hands. Good. From here, the band is just going to be just in front of our shoulders, and we're going to open up those arms as much as we need to in order to make sure that that band isn't too tight for us. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to warm up those shoulders a little bit as we reach overhead and control down. Now, as I'm reaching overhead, I'm making sure, firstly, that my shoulders don't raise as well, and secondly, that my rib cage doesn't thrust forward. Good. And again, we have 3 more, keeping that back nice and straight, and 2 more. If we can't quite bring the arms up so far, that's fine. And 1 more for me, and we're going to keep the arms in front. Now, I'm going to choke up a little bit tighter onto my band so I have a bit more tension. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. I'm going to exhale, tuck my tail, and scoop for me down into that C-curve position. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale as I come all the way back up, building that spine up tall on an exhale. We go ahead, we tuck the tail, we round down. Are we in that capital C shape, guys? As our belly scooped. And we're going to come all the way back up. Last time, we're going to stay scooped down. So either stay with those scoops, or we're going to reach our arms overhead and control down. Now, noticing how now I'm in this capital C scoop position, I can't lift my arms up quite so far without my spine coming out of that capital C or my ribs thrusting. So I'm only going up as far as I can. Maybe you can do a little bit more, maybe you do a little bit less. But that's the great thing about Pilates practice. It doesn't matter what the person next to you is doing or on the screen. It's really your practice. Last one for me. Lower down and then exhale, build that spine up. Good. From here, keep our arms in front. Again, I'm going to choke up just that little bit tighter. I'm going to add a little rotation now as I scoop down. So we're going to, again, scoop down for me. I'm going to rotate and roll my right elbow back. And I'm going to build that spine back up and extend that arm. Alternating sides. Scooping down. Remember, we're a little north of those sit bones, guys. If you try and sit on those sit bones, you won't be able to stay in that scoop. Good. Nice. Keeping the shoulders out of our ears for me. Now, our feet can be further apart if that's comfortable, or if they want to be together, that works too. Good. 1 more each side, noticing how slow I'm going. Good. And last one for me. And we're going to come all the way up. Lower the arms down. I'm going to scooch my bum back just a little bit more for me. And from here, I'm going to, again, keep that band into my hand. I'm going to reach over those legs like I'm reaching over a cactus plant. From here, we roll down, squeeze those glutes for me. And we can have our legs bent here, guys, if we need to.
and reach those arms overhead. Inhale as our arms come up. Exhale, belly button into the spine, pulling that band apart slightly, which offers a little bit of resistance to help get us up. Rolling down slowly, 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 and reaching the arms overhead. Last one for me. We go ahead. We exhale as we come all the way up, sitting up nice and tall for me. Can we separate those legs about shoulder distance apart, about mat distance apart? Flex the feet so our toes are up towards our nose. Relax our shoulders back and down. Can we rotate over to the right side for me? And pulse for 3, 2, 1, keeping resistance on that band. Can we rotate over to the left side? And again, pulse for 3, 2, 1. Never letting that band become slack. Again, can we make sure our hips are staying towards the wall in front of us as we rotate just at our torso? And again, 3, 2, 1, and back through center. Now from here, I want you to go ahead. I want you to look just forward for me, and I'm going to get us to roll down in this wide leg position. So reach over those legs for me, like we're reaching over that cactus again. Keep our feet flexed as we roll down, still squeezing those glutes, exactly the same as before, just now with wide legs. Inhale as our arms come up. Exhale, resisting that tricky part when we're not sure whether or not we're going to be able to get back up again. You guys know what I'm saying. And last one for me, inhale. Exhale, and sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead, keeping that band into hand for me. Take a nice deep breath in, tuck the chin, and round forward like it's that tug of war. Our arms and band want to go forward, our belly button wants to go back, and inhale, lengthen that spine for me. Keep the shoulders from our ears. We go ahead. We exhale as we reach that band forward to the opposite wall, scoop our belly, and roll all the way back up for me. And last one, we go ahead. As we scoop, 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 can we try and get our biceps in between our ears and rounding back up. Nice. Go ahead, close the legs together, point the toes. We're going to roll down again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the arms for me. And then go ahead, bring them down by our side. So we're just going to leave that band just across our lap if that doesn't bother you. We're going to bring one hand under the nape of the neck for me and the other hand on top. And we're going to bend those legs. Go ahead, make sure that our back is into the floor comfortably. Center ourselves top to bottom, side to side. Feet are firmly into the floor. We take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we tuck the chin, we curl up and over, pause like I'm taking a picture, and control back down there. And again, exhale and inhale. Now, can we keep our elbows out to the sides, guys? So I don't want crunching like this. Otherwise, then we tend to get into that pulling on the neck, which we don't want. We have 4. I'm really thinking about that quicksand is going from our belly button all the way down to our spine. And last one for me. Now, this time, as we curl up, I'm going to get you to go ahead and bring your right leg up into tabletop and rotate into that little bicycle curl and back through center. Exact same thing again. Exhale as we curl up and over. Inhale as we lower back down. And we have 4, and controlling it back down. And 3, thinking about that armpit coming to that knee. And 2, and last one, can we stay curled up? Can we extend that leg up to 90? Can we sweep it down to about an inch off the floor? Can we lift it up? Can we bend? And can we lower back down? Same thing again. Curl up and over. Extend. Sweep down. Lift up. Bend the knee. And lower back down. And last one on this side. Curl up and over. Extend. Sweep. Lift. Bend and lower. And lower that foot down. Can we go ahead and switch sides? We're going to tuck our chin, curl up and over, lifting our left leg up into tabletop and lowering back down. We're going to do 4 more like this. and 4, and controlling back down, and 3, and melting down, and 2 more, good, and last one. Can we stay here? Can we extend the leg? Can we sweep the leg down? Can we lift it up? Can we bend? And can we lower everything down? And again, can we curl up? Can we extend? Can we bend? And can we lower down? And one more for the trifecta. Curl up and over, extend, bend, and lower down. Gorgeous, nice. Now, from here, I'm going to get you to go ahead, and I'm going to get you just to inch a little bit closer. Good, just so we have the full mat. Good. Our feet are going to be underneath of those knees for me. So walk those feet in a tiny bit. Our hips, knees, ankles are all in alignment. We're going to grab hold of that band again. We're going to reach that band up towards the ceiling. Now notice how as you reach up, you probably rounded your shoulders forward. So can we just settle them back down into the floor for me? We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to peel the bum and we're going to roll up into our bridge. Hips stay up, ribs melt down. We roll back down for me. Good. And release that tail. And again, we peel as we roll up like a band-aid coming up off the skin. And can we make sure our knees don't flare out to the side? We keep our hips, knees, ankles in alignment like little train tracks. And last one, can we stay lifted for me? Now, from here, I'm going to get you to bring your right leg into tabletop. Remember how when we did our oblique curl, we're going to extend the leg, we're lowering down to knee height, we're lifting up, we're bending, and we're placing down. Now, go ahead, renegotiate that position again. We're going to do that second side. Left leg into tabletop, extend, sweep down, lift up, bend, lower, and let's melt back down for me. Good. Again, let's do that again. Peeling as we roll up. We go ahead, put all of our weight into our left foot. Right leg extends up to the ceiling. Lower down, lift up, bend, and back down. Now, if you're feeling like me, like you can stabilize that pelvis, so we can lower our leg down a little more than knee height, feel free to, guys. Good. And melt down in between. And last one for me, we're going to peel as we stay lifted. Again, right leg extends, tabletop, up to the ceiling. Sweep down like we're painting the wall. Lift back up, bend, lower the foot down. And again, squeeze those glutes, guys. Yes. And lift, bend, lower. We're going to stay lifted for me. I want you to pulse those arms apart, so those pinkies pulse apart for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we stay here? Keep the tension on that band. Lift the heels up. Continue to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower everything down. And then lower your heels down. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to lay that band back onto our belly again as we just reach over and grab hold of that ball. Now, I want that ball to come just underneath, almost like my bra line for me, guys. So what I'm in is a scoop position. I'm tucking my tail under. We're thinking about the chest being quite proud, but that scoop in that lower abdomen. I'm almost in like this curled position. So I'm thinking about, my belly button being hollowed out. I'm in that same capital C shape that we were in before. We're grabbing that band again and we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Now, from here, I'm going to get you to go ahead as we rotate that right pinky down to the floor and come all the way up. And rotate that left pinky to the floor, keeping tension on that band and coming back up. And we have 6. Now we're finding that everything is staying nice and still actually. So the ball shouldn't be wildly moving beneath of us. The knees and the hips should be facing to the wall in front of us. And we're keeping our belly button scooped into our spine forming. Good. Almost like a little bagel that's had the middle scooped out. Good. And last one, we're going to rotate to the right. We're going to stay here. And we're going to pulse feet little, pinky to the floor. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center, rotate to that second side. Again, we're pulsing that left pinky to the floor now. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming back through center and we're going to come all the way back up, reaching that spine up nice and tall. Let's pop that band to one side for me. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lie down onto our side. We're propped up. So we're using this ball as not something for us to sag down onto, but for really to push against. So it's that cue, that reminder that we want to be using that side body for stability. Elbows onto the floor, we're pushing away the shoulder from the floor. Those legs are going to be bent into that side-lying tabletop position. We open up at the knee and close. So I'm going to bring my hand onto my hip. You can bring it just into the floor in front of you if it helps. Good. Again, are we keeping those obliques switched on? We're making it a little bit more unstable with this ball underneath of us. Good. And we have 4, making sure our hips stay stacked. 3, feeling this into the sides. 2, last one, can we stay back and can we pulse back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close for me. Good. Now, from here, elbow stays onto the floor. We're going to go ahead. We're keeping that bottom leg bent. That top leg stays extended for me. We're lifting up, and we can just remove that ball now in front. From here, we lift that leg up to about hip height, and we lower down. Keeping our head on straight, looking straight forward. We want to make sure we're not dangling our head down like fish bait for me. We're thinking of engaging that side body and lifting that hip up off the floor. 3 more, and 2 more, and last one for me, and lower everything down. Go ahead, come on up to a kneeling position. Grab that ball again, reaching the ball just in front. Relax our shoulders back and down. Knees are underneath of our hips. We look at that one spot that's not moving, and we inhale to hinge back, and exhale as we come forward. Nice. Again, inhale to hinge back, exhale as we come forward. And we have 4, and reaching back up. 3, can we keep our shoulder blades plugged back into our spine? And 2 more. Good. And last one for me, and coming up. Next. Now, from here, bringing that ball just to the side for later. Make sure he behaves. We're going to bring up that right hand that we were just working into onto the floor, and our left leg extends. So now that knee is more underneath of our hip. We're like a little teapot. The same thing as when we were in our side plank. We lift up to about hip height and we lower down. Same thing, our neck stays on straight so we're not dangling it down. We're nice and straight from our tippy toes to the crown of our head. And 3, chest is proud, hips are forward. And 2, and last one for me. And we're going to push all the way up. Now guys, we're going to work our way back in reverse. So we're going to do that exact same thing on the second side straight away. Our left hand is on the floor. Our right hand is wherever you can balance. Maybe it's up to a T, maybe it's onto our hip. Head on straight, looking straight forward. We lift up to hip height and we tap back down. Again, notice how slow and purposeful I'm being, guys. Good. Again, lifting that oblique up off the floor. Good. We have 3, and tap, and 2, and back down. Last one, and lower. Next. Now, from here, we're going to keep that ball to the side. We're coming onto our elbow, our left elbow. Bottom knee is bent. Top leg is extended for me. Lifting up into that side plank. Same leg lift. We lift up to hip height and we lower down. Lifting that waist up off the floor for me, guys. Good. We have 3. Nice and slow and purposeful. 2, pointing the toes. And 1, and lower down. Go ahead, grab that ball and place it underneath of that side body for me. So, our left elbow is coming down onto the floor for me. We're having our legs in that side lying tabletop and my hand is going to be on my hip. Pushing away from the ball on the floor. We open up at the knee and we close. Again, as we open and we close, keeping that neck straight for me. Good. And we have 4 and close, and 3, keeping those hips stacked, and 2. Last one, can we stay open and pulse back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and close. Beautiful. Nice. Now, from here, we're going to grab that ball and we're going to place it just on the floor for me. We ideally want it between our ankles, so it's not elegant getting into the move, guys. So, come on into it however you best can. If the ball behaves, place it down and bring your legs either way, or pop it in between your ankles to start. We're bringing our arms into genie arms, and we're resting our forehead onto your forearms. Think about pubic bone pressed down, belly button lift up for me, neck is nice and long. We go ahead, we lift the ball up for me, and we tap it back down. We exhale to lift, and we inhale to lower. Again, we have 5, and tapping it down, and 4, and tap, and 3, good, and 2, let that pubic bone still press down, and 1, can we stay lifted? Can we pulse those inner thighs together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we lower the legs down? From here, can we bend at the knees for me, flex the feet, and can we go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the ceiling and control back down. Squeeze those glutes, lift the soles to the ceiling and lower back down. 3 more for me, and 3, and back down, and 2 more, good, and last one, can we stay lifted? Can we pulse the soles to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and can we lower it down? Can we extend those legs for me? And can we send ourselves back into that child's pose position, moving that ball just to one side for me? Good. So reaching those arms forward, and then we're going to roll up one vertebrae after the other, rolling those shoulders back. I'm going to swing around and take a seat onto my bum. Make sure you've got plenty of room behind you, guys. We're coming into rolling like a ball. So our feet are going to be in that little pizza slice. We're going to have our hands onto the outsides of our ankles, or on the back of those thighs. And we're thinking about pressing our legs into the insides of our arms and our arms into our legs. Look down towards that tummy button for me. That rounding and scooping work that we talked about earlier comes into play now. Look towards that navel, tuck that tail, round that spine, look to the tummy button. We inhale to roll back, and we exhale as we come up and pause. Again, inhale, and exhale. Now, I'm looking towards my belly button at all times. I want you to be doing the same. We have 3 more, using our abs as the accelerator and our brake. 2 more. And last one. As we come up, I'd like you to bring our legs together, come into a tabletop position. We're still north of those sit bones for me, so we don't want to be sat onto those sit bones. And if we can extend our legs, do so. Looking towards those toes, we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug everything in. Now, guys, our last move of the day. We're coming into our seal. So, I want you to open your legs up just about shoulder distance apart, and I want you to bring your hands inside the legs and wrap around and hold on to those ankles. And we go ahead and bring those feet together as if we were having a book and we were clapping those feet together. So, now I want you to push your inner thighs on your arms and your arms on your inner thighs, much the same as we did with rolling like a ball, just now in the reverse. Again, we're still in that same scooped position for me, tucking our tail, rounding our spine. I want you to clap our feet together 3 times. For 3, let the clap come from our inner thigh. 2 and 1. We roll back. We exhale as we come up. We find that stillness before we clap again. For 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale. Exhale, we clap. And if we can't clap, guys, just focus on that balance. Good. And last one, 3, 2, 1. Now, from here, I'm going to bring my hands to the back of my legs or the outside of my ankles. We're going to rock and roll back, and as we come up, we're going to come to a stand. Easier said than done. I'll meet you the other side. Look towards our belly button. Coming up, cross the ankles, and stand up. And I feel like a little ta-da is sometimes, needed. We're going to have our feet underneath of our hips. And then we're going to finish off as we start with our chin into our chest, our belly button into our spine. We're going to roll down and we roll up. One vertebrae after the other. Head comes up, roll our shoulders back. Last one, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine, rolling down. And then go ahead, come all the way up, head comes up, roll our shoulders back for me. I want you to bring your left ear to our shoulder, our right palm faces the wall in front, and we just pull down on that wrist a little bit. So we're getting that nice stretch in the muscle and the fascia there. And go ahead, release that other side, right ear to right shoulder, left palm faces forward. Hold on to that wrist, give it a little pull down for me. Good, and come all the way up. Last shoulder shrug up to the ears, squeeze back, slide down, and those words you were waiting for, you my darlings are all done. Fabulous job, and I'll see you next time.